All right, let's dive in. Today, we're exploring a nation that is both incredibly ancient and intensely modern, a place of amazing complexity and deep, deep history. We're going to try and unravel the layered tapestry of Iran.
And believe me, that is not an exaggeration. We are talking about a civilization with a legacy that stretches back for thousands of years. Its story has shaped art, science, and politics, not just in the region, but really across the entire world.
So to really get our heads around this, we're going to break it down. We'll start with the very ground itself, the land. Then we'll move on to the incredibly diverse people who call it home. After that, we'll journey through its epic legacy, and finally, see how all of that comes together in the complex, modern nation we see today.
Okay, first up, the land. Because to understand Iran, you really have to start with its geography. It's the literal stage where its long and dramatic history has all played out.
And wow, what a massive stage it is. We're looking at the 17th largest country on the entire planet. That sheer size is your first clue to just how diverse it is and why it's so strategically important, sitting right there at the crossroads of Central Asia and the Middle East.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting, because the theme here is dramatic contrast. I mean, on one hand, you have these colossal mountain ranges, the Albaras and the Zagros, that basically frame the whole country. And then, on the other hand, you have some of the hottest, driest deserts anywhere on Earth. This extreme geography has shaped absolutely everything, from where people live to the culture itself.
And you know what? That incredible diversity you see in the landscape, it's perfectly mirrored in its people. Iran is a true cultural mosaic. We're talking about a nation of over 90 million people. But that number, well, it only tells part of the story. The really fascinating part is who actually makes up that population.
And this chart illustrates that point perfectly. While ethnic Persians make up the majority, Iran is this vibrant mix of so many distinct groups. You've got Azeris, Kurds, Lurs, just to name a few. Each one of these communities has its own unique language, its own traditions, and its own cultural heritage, and they all contribute to the national identity.
So, while Persian, or Farsi as it's known, is the official language that kind of unifies the nation, daily life is really a symphony of different tongues. You'll hear Azeri Turkish, Kurdish, Arabic, and so many others spoken all across the country.
Now, when it comes to religion, Twelver Shia Islam is absolutely central to Iran's identity. It's not just a faith, it's deeply woven into the very fabric of the country's cultural and political life. And that's alongside smaller, but also ancient faith communities that are part of Iran's rich story.
And that rich story is built upon an even deeper foundation. I mean, to truly get a handle on modern Iran, we have to appreciate the immense weight of its history, a legacy the world has known for centuries as Persia.
You know, this timeline just barely scratches the surface. Just think about it for a second. The Achaemenid Empire, founded over 2,500 years ago, was one of the biggest the ancient world had ever seen. Later, empires like the Sasanians continued that powerhouse legacy. And then, the Safavid dynasty came along and fundamentally shaped modern Iran by making Shia Islam the state religion.
And that legacy isn't just in conquest, it's so much about culture. The names you see here, Hafez, Sadi, Khayyam, these aren't just Iranian poets, they are giants of world literature. I mean, take Rumi. His poetry on love and spirituality is still read all over the world today, more than 800 years later. It's incredible.
The amazing thing is you can literally see this history everywhere you look. The country's artistic genius is just etched into its stunning architecture. The intricate tile work on these grand mosques, the design of ancient palaces, they all tell a story of millennia of creativity and faith.
Okay, so how does this incredible ancient heritage intersect with the realities of the 21st century? That brings us to the complex modern nation of Iran today.
Iran's political structure is truly one of a kind. It's this blend of a theocracy and a republic. So you have the supreme leader, who is the ultimate religious and political authority, but you also have an elected president who heads the government. It's this constant interplay between the two that really defines Iran's modern political system.
Economically, Iran is a country with just immense resources. As you can see from this chart, oil and natural gas are obviously foundational. But that's not the whole story. The country also has a really strong industrial base. We're talking cars, steel, and a vital agricultural sector, famous for things like pistachios and saffron, a spice whose delicate cultivation is itself a tradition connecting modern farming directly to ancient practices.
But it's not all smooth sailing. Despite these strengths, the economy faces some very serious headwinds.
International sanctions have had a huge impact, and the country is also grappling with its own internal challenges, like inflation, unemployment, and being so reliant on fluctuating energy prices.
And yet, beyond all of its natural resources, you could argue that Iran's most powerful asset is its people. It has a highly educated population, with its universities producing a huge number of graduates in critical fields like engineering and medicine. That's the real engine for the nation's future.
This really brings us to the central idea of our whole explainer. To understand Iran, you have to appreciate two things at the same time: the incredible continuity of a civilization that has lasted for thousands of years, and the constant transformation of a modern nation.
And that leaves us with a final, powerful question to think about. How does a civilization with such a deep and enduring past chart its course through the complex, fast-moving currents of the 21st century? That right there is the central story of Iran today. Thanks for joining me.